How to celebrate Black history. In celebration of Black History Month, let's explore Black people, Black places, and Black stories from our history. There are numerous ways to honor and participate in Black History Month. One meaningful approach is to delve into the accomplishments of African Americans throughout history, celebrating their contributions. This can be achieved by engaging in various activities such as reading books, watching films, or participating in events and exhibitions dedicated to Black history and culture. Equally crucial is initiating conversations about race and equality within our families, circle of friends, and workplaces during this month-long observance. These dialogues serve as a catalyst for nurturing, understanding, and fostering respect for diversity within our society. Another impactful method for commemorating Black History Month is to show support for African American businesses and organizations. This entails actively patronizing Black-owned restaurants, stores, and other enterprises, attending performances by Black artists, and contributing to causes that uplift the African American community. By wholeheartedly endorsing these endeavors, we can play a part in advancing equality and justice for all.
Before we begin, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider joining our channel. Your support helps us fund videos like this one and others that so desperately need to be told. And now back to the video.
Number 1, starting things off, let's commence our exploration of Black History Month right from its inception. Discover the remarkable story of Dr. Carter G. Woodson, often hailed as the father of Black history, and gain insights into his visionary motivation for establishing the foundation of what we now recognize as Black History Month. For day 2, celebrate Black cinema. Cool out and take this day to watch films on Black history. At the top of our list are films like Selma, One Night in Miami, 42, The Butler, Judas and the Black Messiah, The Five Bloods, Marshall, and Netflix's excellent documentary, 13th. And while you're at it, take a look around at our YouTube channel, Black Culture Explained, to get a deeper understanding of African American culture, our history, and of individuals that help shape history, and plus so much more. On day 3, discover the diversity of over 400 national parks sprawled across the nation, each distinct in its size, shape, and the unique motivations behind its preservation for the benefit of present and future generations. Embark on a journey to explore a selection of these parks, specifically established and crescent in tribute to African Americans, commemorating their extraordinary feats and invaluable contributions to our shared heritage. On day 4, celebrate the birthday of the renowned civil rights pioneer Rosa Parks on February 4th by delving into the African American Civil Rights Network. This network unites locations within national parks and communities nationwide, weaving together a comprehensive narrative of the civil rights movement, offering a more historic understanding of this pivotal chapter in history. On day 5, discover the Medgar and Murray Evers Home National Monument, one of the latest additions to the national park system, actually. This monument stands as the resistance of prominent figures in the civil rights movement. In 1963, the tragic assassination of Medgar Evers, who ardently championed racial equality and social justice, served as a pivotal moment that spurred the nation to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964, evoking profound shock and a call for change. On day 6, George Washington Carver, renowned for his contributions in agricultural science, was not only a brilliant scientist but also a prolific essayist and artist. Every February, students in the 3rd and 4th grades have the opportunity to participate in an annual art and essay contest hosted by George Washington Carver National Monument. This contest revolves around a specific theme each year, encouraging young talents to showcase their creativity and knowledge. On day 7, embark on a captivating virtual tour of the Maggie L. Walker National Historic Site located in Virginia. Despite her humble origins in post-Civil War Virginia, Maggie L. Walker emerged as a remarkable businesswoman and a revered community leader. Her life's mission was dedicated to challenging and overcoming racism, sexism, and economic injustice. Maggie L. Walker's list of accomplishments is truly inspiring. She not only founded a bank, but also served as a newspaper editor and led a fraternity. Simultaneously, she worked tirelessly to nurture entrepreneurial spirit within the African American community in Richmond. On day 8, embark on a virtual journey to this month's National Park Getaway, the Charles Young Buffalo Soldiers National Monument in Ohio, and discover the rich history of the legendary Buffalo Soldiers. These brave soldiers, renowned for their valor and contributions, played a vital role in this nation's history. And on day 9, born in 1872, Paul Laurence Dunbar was one of the first African American poets to gain national and international recognition during his life. In honor of Dunbar, write a poem or host your own poetry slam with family and friends. On day 10, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the most influential leaders of the civil rights movement and moved hearts and minds with his speeches and writings. Take a few minutes to read aloud some of Dr. King's quotes, immortalized on the walls of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. And on day 11, take a virtual tour through Mary McLeod Bethune Council House National Historic Site in Washington, D.C. to meet a 20th century leader with a very impressive resume in education and civil service. From her home near both the White House and Dr. Carter G. Woodson's home, the National Council of Negro Women spearheaded civil rights campaigns aimed at supporting African American women and created a national archives for Black women's history. And of course, on day 12, we have Abraham Lincoln's birthday. That's on February 12th. Partially influenced by the timing of Black History Month. While his history with emancipation is complex, Lincoln was historically called the Great Emancipator, and his birthday was a traditional day of celebration in Black communities in the decades following his death. Read the Emancipation Proclamation, which Lincoln considered one of his most important actions, and reflect on this pivotal moment in U.S. history. And for day 13, become a historian of your own neighborhood. The National Register of Historic Places recognizes more than 95,000 historic places and communities across the entire country. Use the database like a professional historian to find places in your area or about a topic that you are interested in. If you take a walk or drive to see these places in person, just remember to be respectful, as many of these places are privately owned. Day 14. Frederick Douglass's birthday on February 14th has been a long-standing traditional day of celebration by Black communities, which also influenced the timing of Black History Month. Born into slavery in 1818, Douglass escaped his enslavement and dedicated his life to fighting for justice and equality. He is considered one of the nation's greatest orators and authors, often giving speeches and writings about civil rights issues. In celebration of Frederick Douglass, write a speech about something you are passionate about changing. On day 15, the roots of jazz were largely nourished in the African American community, but became a broader phenomenon that drew from many communities and ethnic groups in New Orleans. Check out the New Orleans Jazz National Historic Park on social media to find interactive live stream concerts, recorded concerts, and interviews with musicians all month and all year long. And on day 16, 5 crucial court cases in the 1940s and 50s challenged racial segregation in public schools. Follow the efforts of parents, teachers, secretaries, ministers, students, and other community members pushing for equality in education at Brown v. Board of Education National Historic Park. Continue the journey at Little Rock Central High School National Historic Site, which tells the story of putting desegregation of public schools into practice. Day 17. Booker T. Washington went from growing up in a slave cabin to building ways for all Americans to succeed. Washington was a nationally respected author, orator, and advisor to many U.S. presidents. He was not satisfied with higher education options for African Americans in the late 19th century, so he built his own school, which is now called the Tuskegee Institute National Historic Site. Plan a visit to Booker T. Washington National Monument in Virginia. On day 18, uncover and share your family history. There are many tools and resources available to compile and share your family's history throughout libraries, databases, and more. You can also start at home by talking to family members and collecting photographs and sharing traditions. On day 19, famously known as Red Tails, the first African American military pilots tested their wings in the skies over Tuskegee, Alabama. The Tuskegee Airmen were initiated into the U.S. Armed Forces on February 19, 1942. Plan a visit to the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site and tour an online exhibit to learn more about the pilots who opened doors and the skies to African American military pilots. And once you're done, watch the movie, Red Tails. Day 20, visit the Civil Rights Museum in Atlanta. Located in the epicenter of the historic struggle, the museum offers comprehensive educational resources and multimedia exhibits, bringing to life the stories of courageous civil rights activists and leaders. It inspires reflection and dialogue about the ongoing fight for social justice, honors the legacy of figures like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and celebrates African American culture. This family-friendly destination provides a unique opportunity to connect with the past, gain a deeper understanding of the ongoing civil rights struggle, and you'll leave inspired to contribute to a more just and equitable society. On day 21, create a Black History Month playlist. Beyonce, Chuck Berry, Lauryn Hill, Jimi Hendrix, Louis Armstrong. These are just a few of the many black musicians who created some of America's greatest sounds. Many genres of music we listen to today were shaped by black artists. Chances are you already have a playlist with these artists' music would literally not be what it is today without the contributions of African Americans. But for this exercise, try to be more intentional in picking songs and artists that have a cultural impact. On day 22, play Black History Month trivia. With this activity, you and your friends can learn more about Black history in a fun, exciting way. To play, prepare your list of trivia questions and answers. To keep everyone engaged, include questions on a variety of topics. For example, technology, sports, literature, film, music, art, comic books, and more. Be sure to pause your game along the way for further discussion and learning. Remember, the goal is to connect and grow together, not fly through all the questions quickly. To add more fun, consider awarding the winners with a gift card to a local black-owned business. On day 23, engage with and promote Black heritage on social media. As you take meaningful action to honor Black History Month, post quotes from inspirational leaders, promote Black businesses and restaurants you've enjoyed purchasing from, educate audiences with Black History Month facts and trivia. And on day 24, participate in a blood drive. There has recently been an increase in need for blood donations of all types. What does this have to do with Black History Month? According to the Red Cross, about half of the African American population has type O plus blood. Due to high demand, this is often one of the first types of blood to run out during shortages. As a result, O plus donors and donors of all blood types are especially needed to make donations. On day 25, support Black-owned businesses. In fact, why don't you make it a habit of supporting Black-owned businesses all the time? We encourage you to shop Black-owned for the fun stuff, but also to find Black retailers and service providers so you can support with many of your regular purchases too. Maybe you can hire a new accountant for tax season, find a new shop to buy your skincare products, or even stop into a local market to shop your produce. On day 26, eat at a Black-owned restaurant. This Black History Month, we are embracing flavor. Stop into your favorite Black-owned restaurants, buy some gift cards to give or to use in the future, and invest in good food made by good folks. Tip well and be sure to keep coming back. And at number 27, enjoy a TV show made by Black creators. I know we mentioned Black movies earlier, but this time let's focus on TV shows. There is so much good TV at the tips of our fingers, and that sometimes it feels impossible to leave the couch. This also means it's literally that easy to bump a show created by a Black writer, producer, or director to the top of your watch list. Here's a quick but not comprehensive list of recommendations for your viewing pleasure. Abbott Elementary, Queens, Lovecraft Country, Woke, I May Destroy You, Colin in Black and White, Blackish, Grownish, Atlanta, and Insecure. And finally, on day 28, find ways to be a more active member of your community. Community organizing and care work are long-standing types of activism that center the needs of marginalized folks and invite us to provide practical and personalized support. By creating networks of regenerative and integrative communities, we can begin to dismantle the anti-Black systems that have kept us all separate for so long. And there you have it, folks, the ultimate guide to Black History Month. Now, we want to hear from you. What does Black History Month mean to you, and how do you plan to celebrate it? You know what to do next. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Not just this month, but all year long. Keep the culture alive, like and subscribe to join our tribe, and until next time, embrace, appreciate, and educate.